Number one is absolutely understanding the customer from a quality and product demand point of view. There's no point producing something which you convince yourselves is the most important thing if there's no customer demand. And you might be surprised about what demand there is for products which might exist without a lot of effort. So understanding the customer, the value that can be provided to a customer, so what sort of things are required, and be very open-minded about what's required around the world. The global demand for beef is massive, so finding what you would think might be seen as a niche market, but they'll be able to eat everything you supply. The next one is about then systems and standards, so biosecurity, export controls, being able to engage with, doesn't matter how much we hate tariff barriers or non-tariff trade barriers, they're there, they exist, understand them and respond to them. And then the next one, I think, and probably the one on the ground that everybody can participate in, is the industry support and structures. So having industry mechanisms and systems that are set up that are properly funded, properly supported, so that you can gather and disseminate the right information, so you can give the right guidance and support to the industry players across the supply chain, so that you can line your production systems up with the demand information that you discover from the customers around the world. So one of the big requirements and responsibilities for the industry, so industry organisations and the individual players, is to rise above, so to speak, the traditional combative approach that we've had across the supply chain, and it's the same in various ways all around the world, but it's one of the big challenges we've had in Australia. But being able to rise above that combative approach so that we can better understand what's required by our customers, but then also better respond to it. There's no point having an end user or a processor saying, this is the sort of product that I want, if it can't be economically produced. There's no point a producer saying, this is the most economical product I can produce, if you can't eat it or sell it. So you've got to have a mechanism for not only understanding that and communicating it across the supply chain, but then the ability to support the industry to make those changes. So what sort of information is required, what sort of support's required, is it investments in technology, is it investment in information, is it investment in market data? What are the things that the industry components of the supply chain need to better understand collectively so that they can target those high value, high quality markets to improve the export business. One of the most important things to remember about global demand for red meat and proteins particularly is, regardless of all these challenges that we have with the anti-meat brigade for whatever reason, there's a massive demand for red meat. And there's a big range in the value of that demand. So you can just be a commodity supplier if you like, but there's also going to be an opportunity to select out higher value parts of the supply chain, higher value pieces of the carcass, and find customers around the world, probably in some of the markets you already participate, where they would actually take those and pay a premium for them.